Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Ryan Aranda here, my best like Paraguay. And today we're going to be looking at footage from the 1,000 subscribers party, right? That I organized and hosted, along with some other expats as well on the screen here, who helped buy the food, right? And the drinks. We did that on a Friday night, and the next day was the party, right? So before I dive into any more deep topics, right, to this video, we're going to be checking out the speech that I gave, right, and then Aaron's speech, the Hispanic Expat. Make sure you guys go follow Aaron's channel, the Hispanic Expat, here on YouTube, as well, right? So I just give my speech. Aaron gives his. Then we're going to come right back to my commentary for the rest of the video and the rest of the footage. Okay, all right.
Venir esta linda noche, ¿verdad? Y somos muchos, somos extranjeros, son mis amigos, ¿verdad? Somos de muchos países, mi familia, más amigos, ¿verdad? Novios, ¿verdad? Pero en serio, les agradezco por estar acá esta linda noche. Y pues, este es un party, ¿verdad? Porque logré 1000 suscriptores en mi canal. Sí. Yo les digo que Aaron fue uno de mis primeros, 19, algo así, ¿verdad? Y ahora es uno de mis mejores amigos, ¿verdad? Y también Simon, Dr. David Maloney, Dr. David Maloney, Jason, hola. Phoenix, yeah. Toda mi familia. Aaron, tu papá, el famoso Polo. Sí. Nuestros amigos de Mexicali. Sí. Hay que representar, ¿verdad? Y pues sí. Pues sí.
Acá.
Está bien. Cálmese. Y bueno, es una mesa de mucha gente, ¿verdad? Y estamos acá para riar. No voy a decir mucho más, pero les agradezco por venir. ¿Está? ¿Quieres decir algo, Aaron?
Muchas gracias. Gracias, Ryan.
Aaron va a ser. Gracias. Él va a ser nuestro representante de parte de los extranjeros. Yo creo que diga algo porque viene desde muy lejos, ¿verdad? Entonces, quiero que digas algo, no sé, lo que está en tu mente. Y bueno.
Bueno, hola a todos, mi nombre es Aarón Equihua, aquí acompañado tengo a mi papá, a Leopoldo Equihua, y estoy muy emocionado, muy agradecido que he estado aquí las últimas 2 semanas aquí en Paraguay, Paraguay. Ha sido un placer para mí, para mi papá y yo de andar aquí en este país, ¿no? Conociendo a la gente, conociendo aquí este lindo país, su cultura, sus raíces. O sea, no sé qué más decir, pero siento como estoy en casa, aquí con mi amigo Ryan y con muchos de ustedes. Igual también con el Simon, con los demás que conocí, nuestros amigos extranjeros, our friends over there as well. Y venimos de lejos, igual como ellos, venimos desde allá de la frontera, de California de México y Estados Unidos. Y se siente bonito que venimos de muy lejos, de un lugar muy lejos, pero ahí no, con mucho, verdaderamente con mucho amor, con mucha empatía. Y nunca he sentido eso, de hecho, en muchas partes, de ninguna parte más que aquí. Entonces le quiero agradecer a vos, a ustedes y a Ryan, mi gran amigo Ryan Aranda. Muchas gracias.
Bien dicho. Bye.
Okay, so we're back, and as you can see, this is my Aaron puts on my cousin Saul Salcedo's jersey here, right? He's a great player. He now plays for the Newell's Boys Club in Argentina, right? And these are his parents, my uncle and my aunt, right? So yeah, so that's whose jersey Aaron has on, and Simon puts it on as well. And anyways, so yeah, so here's some photos of the meet of the event, right? Of the people who were there, my family, some more expats, and it was just a great time, right? So anyways, uh, yeah, you guys, that this was a wonderful night, right? And yeah, I guess most people wouldn't throw a party for reaching 1,000 subscribers, but I did, right? Um, and my wonderful cousin Ivan, right? Like he was on the grill master, asadero, we say in Spanish. Uh, and so, anyways, him and my uncle did well. Ivan did most of the work, right? Um, of cooking the meat, right? So we had great cuts of meat, chorizo, right, as well. We also had what's it called, a rice salad, and it was an amazing time, you guys. Right, so we'll check out footage, and then here's Simon and Polo, Aaron's dad as well, other expats in the video as well. Uh, and so yeah, it's just a mix. You'll see a mix of expats and my family throughout here. Make sure you guys, I know I shout out Simon quite a bit because he's a good friend and he has his channel as well. Simon in Paraguay, right? Um, that's Simon in the middle there. Make sure you guys go to his channel, follow his content, okay? Because he talks deeper into the doing the residency process by yourself when you're on the ground and you have the time to do that here. He just released part two, so make sure you guys go check out Simon in Paraguay's channel as well. Okay, so you'll see more photos here pop up of the food, family, right? So yeah, man. I mean, family and friends are extremely important to me, right? And I have not always been the best family member. I'm just gonna keep it honest, right? In the states, right? And we'll even hear at times, right? But over the years, I've tried to be a better person, right? When it comes to my, um, just keeping it honest, but just being a better family member, right? And it's hard to balance this. Being here in Paraguay, also having my family there in the states, and then vice versa. When I've had to go back to the states, uh, staying in touch, making sure people are well, all that good stuff. But family and friends here, because I've been here 9 months now. It's very important, and I consider some of my friends here as damn near family, right? And just on a deep level too. Me being adopted, a lot of people immediately say family is blood and blood only. That's not true, right? Many of us are in situations who are adopted or foster kids or whatever. Um, I guess technically that would be under the definition of like Merriam-Webster, etc. But I've had lifelong friends who I consider family, right? And I'm creating some of these bonds, like my guy Aaron, Simon as well, and others, right? That we just they're very supportive, good guys, right? And you know it's good to have friends, right? Um, and I know in this world it's hard to trust people, right? People trust me trusting them, etc., right? But especially when you're overseas, you have to, especially in my case, right? I get hit up by a lot of people all the time because of this channel and all that. But I know who's a good person, a good solid hearted person, right? Who has good intentions, right? That doesn't mean you have to be perfect though. I'm not perfect. I was talking to Simon about that the other day. Like, bro, like I'm not fucking perfect at all, in no way, shape, or form, right? And he was saying the same about himself. That he's not either, right? Just our past, right? Made a lot of mistakes. You know, whatever, growing up and all this stuff, but you know, the more that that I live life, right? I understand the importance of keeping close to those who love you, right? And I kind of messed up, right? Several times over in my life, right? Like when I've gotten in relationships, for example, I start getting too into those, and really distance myself from people who support me, right, and love me. And this is not just me, this right. There's a lot of us, and but even then, you have to have a good balance, right? Like you don't want to be, uh, you know, um, what am I trying to say? You don't want to be full into anything if it's gonna hurt relationships with those that you love already. You know what I mean? So yeah, I mean, without getting, I don't know, too philosophical and all this, it's important, man. It's important to have these moments in life, right? Life is life. This is life, man. This is living, right? It's worth celebrating something every once in a while, right? And I hate to do this, but as I mentioned in other videos, right? The big family aspect, what's here on the screen, right? Like I have, this is probably only like 1/6 of my family, maybe even like 1/10, right? And now I have a lot of cousins, right? Some were here, some were able to make it, some couldn't, etc. Uh, but big families in general are special. It's a special thing, right? Uh, I have my immediate family in the states, my parents and my sibling and my two siblings, right? But I always talked about cousins living very far away from you, and that's very normal in the states. But here, I mean, yeah, I've talked about this a lot of times over, but I have family in such a close radius. It's very easy to get together and do this kind of thing, on a weekly or bi-weekly or at most a monthly basis, right? And the states, like I've said, it's nobody's fault. It's just how things played out in society there. Car culture, moving around, job opportunities, uh, states over, cities over. Then by that point, you're really distancing yourself. Then you become smaller and smaller and smaller families, right? It's not to say that you don't love your family in the states. I'm not saying that at all. It's just harder to organize stuff like this. Like something like this in the states would happen at family reunions, right? Um, Once every few years, if that, right? And even the pandemic got in the way with that for a few years on top of that. So sometimes you're not seeing some of your cousins for big chunks at a time, right? And honestly, I like the big family aspect. Here goes Simon, checking out the beef here. um, but yeah, big families are nice, man. To have that support system, to be checking in, to be invited to stuff like constantly. I'm constantly invited to things, and in fact, this was a couple weeks back, but I was just with family again, yesterday, and I've been, just being honest, like I've been kind of going through it, right? Just I feel like I'm at another crossroads in life. Not sure if I'll have to step back in the states for a while or not. If I'm going to be honest, I had a breakup, etc. As well on top of that recently, and I was just like, I could probably do some more degenerate stuff, or like maybe hook up with some girl tonight, like whatever. Literally yesterday, but I decided like, no, I'm just gonna go with family to this birthday party. Had a wonderful time, and this will be the next part of this. What I'm trying to talk about here is I had a heart to heart with my uncle, right? And I've taken a lot of risks, sold everything I had in the states to be here. Um, so like there's nothing like materially tying me down. No house, no car, no this. To the States, right? Um, and my uncle was telling me we're the same, right? On a profound level, like he went against the fray of what everybody else was doing in his time, right? He took more chances, he went an entrepreneurial route, the same that I'm doing. He sees a certain spark in me, essentially, right? And it felt really good to hear, man, because like sometimes I just feel like some people just don't get it, right? Like the majority of the people, whether here or in the States or around the world, will do the play it safe route, the factory job, or the office job until they get laid off, right? And it's not like it was in previous generations where you could depend on those jobs for 10, 20, 30 years before then they might can you during a recession type thing. But my uncle understood me on a profound level, right? That like he was like pretty much like keep in there, like we want you here in Paraguay, you know. This is my uncle on the screen right here, right? Saul's dad, and also Juanca. I also he has other children as well, Juancho and Toby as well. Great cousins, right? As well. Anyways, so me and him were had a heart to heart, and like he understands on a deep level that for him to be this successful, if you guys see where he lives, right, that he was explaining to me, like, just reminding me that all this took a lot of time, right, to build up. And like he started with this little tiny house in the back, and then he built up everything after that, right, over time, once certain things worked out well for him in life. That's what he was basically saying, right? um and when you get in a groove in life, right, with a business, with an idea, eventually this channel is going to pay well. Right now, it doesn't pay very much, but of down the line, like this channel that I'm doing right now, these videos, I trust in this channel, and my uncle trusts in me doing this channel on a profound level, because he knows that to achieve real success, be your own boss in life, you're gonna have to take a risk or two, right? And that's what he was essentially saying. And also, what I brought up in other videos, he sacrificed a lot to see other family members well, over the years, right? I know he has. I won't get into specifics, right? But he knows that I've done the same as well, right? And we were just talking, just on a really deep level. Like he was just saying, we're the same. We're the same minded individuals, right? And I know, like here and back home, but especially in the States, like there's so many people that you just want you to play it safe. And I understand why they want you to play it safe, and don't call out your boss if he's doing this or she's doing that, or don't do this, or just keep your head down and just stay in there. But you guys got to remember, I was dying inside, shit, and outside in the States, right? Just like on a real personal level, like it was just my last years in the States before I made this move to Paraguay were horrific. Like just like on a real deep personal level, right? And I know a lot of you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, right? A chance of success with a wonderful woman is much harder in the States. I mean, statistically, it plays out like that too. Not trying to get too down that rabbit hole in this video, but it's true. People are getting laid off left and right. Society, everybody's divided. It's a hard life to live in the States. The middle class is shrinking like never before. There's not a good healthy projection for the country. There's tensions all over the world with the U.S. too. On a geopolitical level as well. So the states is just not going in the right direction, and I understand that if you were to have a family, maybe the states might make sense for you again at some point in your life. Maybe it comes to high school or higher education, something like that. Um, but I'm talking about like as you as an individual, you really want to try to get overseas, residency. Then you set yourself up for a good retirement, low cost of living country. I know you guys have heard me say that 10,000 times over, but it's true, right? It's also what also is true is exactly what my uncle was support to me on this channel, right? I remember I months ago, back in October, I was around 500 subscribers. I was about to reach 500, and he took that serious, right? Because he don't know all the ins and outs of this stuff, but he knows what it means in general, right? To do something new, to do something more meaningful as well, right? To yeah, I'm doing a voiceover right now, but to just show you if I can be that what my channel is. Yes, it's my stories, it's my life, it's a lot of this, and I talk about certain things that'll help you guys out. But I'm also breaking barriers through culturally as well. Literally at this party here, me and Aaron and his dad were kind of serving as interpreters, right, for other folks who don't know as much Spanish, right? Here's Aaron. What he's saying right there is the best asado in Paraguay. That's what he's saying right here. But anyways, man, I won't go down this rabbit hole of over explaining myself again. But you guys know what it is, right? And family support, uh, having a few really good solid friends is wonderful, right? I talk to Aaron and Simon pretty much on a daily basis, right? I wish I would talk to my friends back home and even my family back home a little bit more, but their lives are just so much different than mine. Right? It's so much different, right? And like every expat that you see here has some sort of entrepreneurial mindset, right? Not one person here is just like has the idea of, oh, I'm gonna get that job and it's gonna carry me for the rest of my life. We all understand. We have that deep fear of something going bad in our lives. I mean, like job wise, etc., geopolitically, in our home countries of Canada, the U.S., Ireland, the EU, etc. So all of us understand this on a deep level, and a lot of you guys understand this as well, ladies and gentlemen, right? Who are looking to move overseas. You know what I mean? Um, and hopefully you can have wonderful experiences like this on the way, man. Life is beyond crypto and being a tower boy and fucking sitting up there on rooftops. This is life right here. What you guys see here, this is a good time. It's authentic, and every single one of these guys too are having a more authentic experience. They've all said it in their own ways, right? And I'll bring Aaron on next, the Hispanic expat. Make sure you go follow my guy, you guys, on his channel, right? Keep up with his life as well. So like all these guys right now are having a great time. My family's having a great time. There's a lot of funny stuff happening. Like again, I know I'm doing the voiceover thing, but there's a lot of just like hilarious stuff, joking around, good stuff. I want you guys to notice something too here in this last clip. You see my cousin, it passed fast, and my niece. By the time that I even noticed, and most of us noticed, like they were just already uh, cleaned up like the dishes. You know what I mean? Extremely helpful, man. Wonderful young ladies. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? And it was just a wonderful time. And then us guys, we were taking the tables up and down and that kind of stuff. Everybody's helping out. Everybody's contributing in some sort of way. So this was a wonderful night, right? And honestly, just a pretty heavy achievement for myself, right? Um, One day I want content creation to be my full career. It'll probably be years from now, but that's okay because I'll have achieved a sense of freedom that a lot of people won't in their lives, right? I hope to reach that. Yeah, I will reach that level of freedom, at least in the work and what I want to do for work wise by the time I hit 40. And a lot of people unfortunately cannot say that. So create good circles of good people, especially when you're abroad. When you're at home too, as well, right? But if you're at home in the U.S. or Canada or your countries of origins, don't force stuff, man. If friendships are sliding away, let them slide away, dude. Surround yourself by the ones who support you the most, right? The ones who are going to uplift you and not be problematic in your life. That goes with family members as well. That's the last thing I wanted to say here, before I close it out, is there should be more people at this table, right? Like, my biological mother should be at this table, right? I wish that honestly, as well, that some people would have visited me. Yeah, I guess it's only been 9 months, but I know I'm very far away in the world. But some people had said that they would have visited me, but then they completely changed their minds. Family and friends. Uh, my another family member down here, a biological family member, should be at this table as well. But we had there's certain things that we can't come to the table on, literally, right, and figuratively and literally. Also, if you guys don't know this, I have other siblings down here as well that I should know by now, right? And I even have a biological twin, right? So there's more people that should be at this table, right? And I hope to, one day, uh, make things right with everybody in the states, with everybody here. But at the same time, I can't forfeit peace, and stability in my life in order to achieve that. Okay, so I'll close it out there. Love you guys. Stay on the channel. Thanks for being a subscriber, one of these 1,000 subscribers that I'm celebrating here. It's been a long journey, man. You guys are serious people. Um, a lot of you guys hang on to my story and my journey. So I really appreciate you guys, really, truly. And yeah, I'll just close it out there before I make this video far too long, like I always do. But this is a much needed celebration, and it was really cool to have kind of an international night. That's what I called it. I kept calling it to people and during this event. Okay, I'm out of here. You guys know what it is. Ryan Aranda, my best life Paraguay. Take care, you guys, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Okay.